All right, this is a book, The Kennel, by Kent Hovind. He wrote it under a pseudonym, Elijah Green, and Kent said that Elijah, the king hated Elijah for no reason, so Kent felt like Elijah, and he was wearing green, so he just called himself Elijah Green. He also said he was very concerned that it might get him in trouble writing books from prison, but now he doesn't have that problem, so he just writes under his own name. But he wrote this book to expose the United States prison system. So here's the deal. I got a lot of, he wants me to print out, so because I can't send him a lot of pages, I printed like 4 pages on one page, so one piece of paper will have 4 pages and the back will have 4 pages, so there's 8 pages of the book on just one physical paper, you know what I mean? So I've got it all that I can put it in a letter, and he also wanted me to send him the lyrics to Johnny Cash's song, The Fourth Man in the Fire. And it said, they wouldn't bow, they wouldn't burn, and they wouldn't bow, they wouldn't bend, and they wouldn't burn. So another idea that came up, you know, sometimes when you're on they want you to testify and they ask you to say yes or no, but you swore to tell the truth and the whole truth, right? So you can't just say yes or no. Sometimes you got to say additional framing, qualifying statements that go along with yes and no. And if they get mad at you because you don't answer just yes or no, then you can say, well, I swore to tell the truth and the whole truth. And another idea, when you're standing in front of the jury, is to take a black marker and write jury nullification on your forehead so that the court can't erase it. And write jury, like J-U-R-Y, on your forearm, and write nullification on your other arm, so that they're just constantly staring at you, seeing the words jury nullification. I thought that was a pretty good idea. But I have some things I want to pass in front of you guys, and I'm asking for your guys' feedback. Since I talked to Kent once a day at least, if you guys have Bible questions that you want me to run by him, I'll be happy to record it and get that out for everybody. Also, we need to have when you talk to somebody in an elevator and they're very busy with their life, and you know they got to pick up the groceries going home and they got to pick up the kids, and it's like, how do you get the point across to these people that are busy with their own life that an innocent man is in jail, and you don't have time to show them a video or to go watch YouTube? So just remember the acronym HAIR 58, H-A-I-R 58. The H is that a lot more people have committed a lot more heinous crimes and spent a lot less time in prison. Example, that Tawana Brawley Al Sharpton, who owes $4.5 million back taxes, visited the White House over 80 times, a complete con artist, FBI snitch, and everything else. You got Wesley Snipes, didn't spend that much time in prison. Child rapists, murderers, rapists in general, right? They don't spend as much time in prison as Kent Hovind did. So the H in here is heinous crimes committed by other people. They don't spend nearly as much time as Kent Hovind has. A is atheists. They're trying to shut Christians up. They're trying to remove the 10 commandments from the courthouse. They're trying to remove nativity scenes. And, you know, basically just shut Christians up. You know, so I is Kent has maintained his innocence. That's the I in here. Innocence has been maintained by Kent all along from the very beginning. He's never admitted any guilt. R is the Rogers, Judge Casey Margaret Rogers. She's a very anti-Christian judge. She issued 2 contempt orders against 2 school officials saying a prayer at an after-school event over their food. I think several congressmen had to get involved, and so we need to. And also, if you read her statement at Kent Hovind's trial transcripts, it's like a demon from hell is talking. She's like blaming Kent for not being respectful to the farmers for producing his food, not being respectful to the military men who provide his security. Kent Hovind is the most respectful man on planet Earth. That's a demon from hell, as Judge Margaret Casey Rogers. So H-A-I-R, heinous crimes committed by other people. Atheists are trying to shut the Christians up. Innocence maintained by Kent Hovind all along. And Rogers, Judge Margaret Casey Rogers, demon from hell, anti-Christian as you can get. The 5 is Kent Hovind doesn't think churches should be 501c3 because they'll be state controlled, and the state thinks they can control what the churches say or don't say, And you say, oh, that would never happen. How about in Houston where they subpoenaed the sermons of the pastors that were speaking out against homosexuality? The 8, okay, the 8 is very powerful. Even if you think Kent is guilty of all the crimes that they said that he did, which I don't think he's guilty of any of them, he's already spent 8 years in prison. Let him out already. It's obvious to anybody with half a brain and one eye that Kent is in prison as religious persecution. But these people that are in the enemy camp, who I have no respect for whatsoever, they want to make it all about taxes. It's not all about taxes, folks. You guys need to get it in your head and have a freaking common sense about what's going on. Anything else I want to run by you guys? Okay. I'm trying to get the audio from the court. We'll see how that goes. I'm trying to get, I don't know if, I'm told anybody can request the audio from his court case. So I'm doing the best to do that. Also, Freedom of Information Act. Kent wants me to file various Freedom of Information Acts. That takes a lot of time, and never done it before. So if any of you guys want to do some research on Freedom of Information Acts and tell me how to do it, or if you want to do it and you want to, like, a list of things that Kent wants Freedom of Information Act filed against, I'll ask Kent to provide the list, and maybe you can do it. I mean, I'm not saying you should do it, but if you know how to do it and you've already done it, it could really save me a lot of time. And also, I'm told Kent said, when you send the request off, you can say, I authorize you to spend $20 to collect this information, and they'll provide you $20 worth of information, because sometimes it can get costly. So you're limiting them to, provide as much information as $20 will allow, or whatever you feel like spending, right? I already said if you have a Bible question for Kent, let me know. Okay, here's my last point that I want to make. Kent has asked me to publish this book. I'm working with Josh, right? And I want to publish it. I want people to be able to order it and buy it at a very cheap price. We can't give it away for free, right? Because Kent's not trying to make money, but we got to cover cost. It costs money. There's some guy named Racer X. I call him Racer X as a joke because I don't know. He's trying to remain anonymous, and I don't know who he is, right? But go look at freekenthovind.com and look at his fruit. Look what he did. I don't even know the guy. Look at all the work he put in to creating freekenthovind.com. Do you think that comes free? Do you think what Randall's done with 2peter3.com came free? Do you think what Miss Gina did with clubcreation.org, do you think all that was free? See, it costs money to do this, and these people are doing this in their spare time. I'm not ever going to be like a guy that asks for money for a whole lot, because if you followed me for the past 5 years, I don't even feel comfortable doing that. It's not my thing. But this stuff ain't free. People are spending a lot of money. And if you felt led to donate some money, then it would help out, and that would help Ernie out. Okay? You do whatever the Lord tells you to do. If you don't feel like you need to give any money, don't give any dang money. I'm not telling you to give money. If it makes you mad me talking about it, well then skip it and go help in an area that you feel like helping at. Sometimes I get mad when people talk about money too, but you got to have money to make things happen. Okay, but going back to the publishing. Okay, so we're going to try to publish this book. He's got 37 books. This is just the first one. I got to mail it off to Kent because he wants to make some edits. The problem I got is I only got a PDF file. I don't have the master Word document. So even after Kent writes his edits on the page, I don't know how the heck I'm going to put it in a PDF file. I don't have anything that can edit a PDF document. You know what I mean? I only have stuff that can edit Word documents. That's the first problem I got. If any of you know how to fix that problem, let me know. So let's just assume here that I finally get the edits from Kent. I got a book called The Kennel, and I want to publish it. One example is Lulu, L-U-L-U. It's called a book publishing, and we can publish it for like $12, $15, and you guys start buying it. They'll handle the shipping, they do the printing, and it's like, hey, that's the coolest thing in the world. And so you guys would send me an email or send Josh an email, and we say, hey, Lulu, fire this person off the book. Or maybe you just buy it online at Lulu. I don't know. I'd love to see it on Amazon.com, Kent Hovind the Kennel, and it show up on Amazon.com. That would be, I don't know if this is possible or not. I don't have any experience of this. I'm going to be learning this from scratch, right? If you guys have advice on how to publish books like this, we have the Word document. I don't even have the Word document. All I got is the PDF. And Lulu's a good choice or Lulu's not a good choice, send me your advice. I want to read what you got to say, man. I'm trying to learn, right? I don't plan to be a professional, and I'm the most stupidest guy in the world. The only thing that's unique about me is I try really hard, and sometimes I make mistakes, and I'm not afraid to admit when I make a mistake. If I make a mistake, I say, well, I'm sorry, I screwed up. I was doing the best I could. Also, there's a lot of stuff going on, and we're fighting in a spiritual war, and the enemy camp, they're paid by the Federal Reserve. I got no doubt about it. And they're paid by the enemy camp, and they're like demons from hell assigned to Kent Hovind. So, because we know that this issue is bigger than Kent Hovind, I don't lift Kent Hovind up any more than I should. I know that he's a man, and I know that he can make mistakes, and he sins like the rest of us. But his case represents something bigger than just the man Kent Hovind. And if you guys can't see that, I'm sorry that you can't see that. But I know that it's true. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. I pray that you listen to some of this and you give me some pointers. My email address is ruddavis@yahoo.com. ruddavis@yahoo.com. Let me know what you got to say. Hate the evil, love the good, establish judgment in the gate.